So Acustica Audio just served everyone a latte. Let's talk about it. So I posted previously that I'll be doing a review video about this multi-band compressor, which is Latte Multiband. Obviously, this Latte is a suite of about 4 plugins, I believe. There's this multi-band compressor. There's obviously the dynamic itself, which I also like. This is the, Latte Dynamic. Then you've got the Latte filters, the Latte EQ, and then the Channelstrip itself. But on today's video, I really want to talk about this multi-band. So maybe on the next video, I might talk about the EQs and stuff. And we will obviously touch about this one as well, the dynamic, because these two are really the cream for me. Obviously, this is in for like mastering or mixed boss duties, but I actually prefer this for individuals. That's why I picked these two out. This compressor sounds so good and it's very musical. This one also sounds so good, very musical. So both I've actually used it on this lead vocal. We will hear it now with and without. And talking about EQs, obviously Acustica Audio already have a ton of great EQs that you can use on your mix boss, or mastering chain. One of them obviously is the Cherry, which I also did a review video of, but there are other ones, like you have Grim 5 and so many others that is really a beast when it comes to mix boss duty. I'm not saying that the Latte EQ is not a beast for mastering or mixing, mix boss duties and that, but I'm just saying that the cream for me on this suite is these two, especially this multi-band. So without talking much, let's just hear it. So this is this lead vocal without the two. You notice how what will make much difference is this. Let's have a listen to it.
Gatekeepers who hate leaders that work rooms and monetize their audiences to make plays that serve feuds. Bidding wars reserved for a hidden cause where chairs are richly adorned in this pageant that brings the keepers who hate leaders that work rooms and monetize their audiences to make plays that serve feuds. Bidding wars reserved for a hidden cause where chairs are
So let me go ahead and bypass just the dynamic and keep the multi-band.
Gatekeepers who hate leaders that work rooms and monetize their audiences to make plays that serve feuds. Bidding wars reserved for a hidden cause where chairs are richly adorned in this pageant that brings applause. I've foreseen the truth and the power in its proof. Place allegiance to the flag that unites, feeds, and soothes. Entire news.
Obviously, this is a multi-band compressor that you can use to shape your sound. Let's look at what we are doing. So I've basically set all on 2:1 ratio because these are the ratios. Next to it is the gain, right? The same with this. This is ratio, the gain, ratio, gain, ratio, gain, because this is 4-band compressor. Then if you come below it, you've got your attack and release. So this ones, I'm not touching it. This is obviously attack, hold, release, hold. Same for each band. So I'm just basically, using the ratio 2:1. This one, I'm obviously, pulling everything below, 100 hertz down. This is where you set the crossover. Come down here. You see here, I've got the last one at 121. So everything below 121 is here. Everything above 121 up to 890 is on here. Then from 890 and above 10K is here. Then from 10K up to 20K is the last one. So basically from 10K up, you can see on the gain, I'm actually boosting 3:1 to obviously open it up. And I've also set the attack a bit faster, 5 milliseconds, and the release faster, so that it's almost acting like a de-esser, but also opening that brightness up. Then the second one, you can see attack is 20, release is 126. The third one, the same attack 20, release about 105. The last one, obviously, there's longer release, 210, but attack is a lot shorter, which is 16. But the main thing is, the 2 middle one is what I'm actually using to grab it, so it's not, too mid-rangey. So let's have a listen to it again. You notice how much is stemming the mid-range.
Gatekeepers who hate leaders that work rooms and monetize their audiences to make plays that serve feuds. Bidding wars reserved for a hidden cause where chairs are richly adorned in this pageant that brings applause. I've foreseen the truth and the power in its proof. Placed allegiance to the flag that unites, feeds, and tie a noose when you make these streets your wife. Croon to jump the broom and soon after throw the rice. Some are led by the pride where feeling heard is a vibe. I only.
So is that mid-range I'm actually, focusing more on. That is how musical this is. You can see how much, it's almost invisible. And it's not like most other compressors that once you throw it on, you could hear it straight away. This one is very invisible. But why am I obviously, bigging up this is the fact that you have this mix knob. This is a great stuff because most other, multi-band compressors that I've used, like the C4, the C6 and stuff, they don't have the mix knob. So this one, you've actually got a mix knob that you can use to, lower how much is affecting the sound. And you can change this to linear phase if you're using it in, in maybe your master and you don't want phase problems. So there's just so many things you can do with this. I really like this plugin. Now come to this one. This is to me almost like, the same as, the fat filter compressor, but with a lot more analog vibe. Like this one, once you throw it on, you almost feel like you've engaged an analog compressor. So let's have a listen to just that one without the multi-band.
Keepers who hate leaders that work rooms and monetize their audiences to make plays that serve feuds. Bidding wars reserved for a hidden cause where chairs are richly adorned in this pageant that brings applause. I've foreseen the truth and the power in its proof. Pledged allegiance to the flag that unites, feeds, and soothes. You tie a noose when you make these streets your wife. Room.
As you can see how much excitement they added to that vocal on the compressor. What I actually like about this compressor, why I've also picked it out with the multiband, is the fact that you can change this from compressor to expander.
This is nice.
Right? So instead of compressing, now you're actually expanding. So there's just so many things that you can also do with this in terms of, setting the attack, the release, attack hold, release hold. This is the makeup gain. And then he obviously tells you, the knee, how it's been set up. This is your ratio. This is the threshold. So I hope this is helpful, guys. So go ahead and check these two out. Let me know what you think about it. Until next time, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Obviously, if you've not subscribed yet, hit that as well. If you'd like me to mix your song, hit me up and let's run it. Thanks for watching. Bye now.